Hello and what is going on, lovely people of the internet? It is HOOTMONEY here with another video for you guys today. Today we are going to be talking about Clover Health, and it's been a bit since I talked about Clover. The last time was a few weeks ago when it was first popping off, and I just really haven't covered it since. So I wanted to give an update about Clover. There's some aspects to this stock that I like more so than other stocks. Anyways, guys, if you guys want to join my Discord where we talk about these stocks each and every single day, use those links below in the description or in the pinned comment section, because yeah, we have a great community over there at Discord. So come through, check us out, and yeah, all will be good. Also, if you guys would not mind leaving me that early like on the video, as liking the video is the #1 thing you can do to help me out here on this platform. So liking the video is very highly appreciated, and I thank you guys so much for that. Anyways, guys, without further ado, let's get right into the video. Alright guys, so we're taking a look here at Clover Health Investments, and before you guys yell at me for using Robinhood, we are going to be taking a look at a few other charts as well, so don't even worry. We're just looking at the day-to-day movements here. We can see Clover was up 4.37% on the day, and it's just flat in the after hours trading. On the week, we're down 4.23%. On the month, we're up 70%. And 3 months, we're up 80%. On the year, we're up 20%. 5 years, doesn't even matter. We're up 32% since the IPO of Clover, guys. I think there's a few things that are good for Clover, and this thing might actually take off soon, so we're going to be getting into all those logistics. So taking a look at some of the hourly candlesticks, you can see that Clover reached a high of about $29 per share when that initial gamma squeeze / short squeeze, or whatever you want to call it, occurred. And there was massive amounts of volume that we really haven't seen too much since then. Now, a few days ago on the 22nd of June, we saw a nice volume influx as well as some nice price action, which could have signaled the second short squeeze. However, it's been pretty flat since then. As you guys can see, there was also some volume right here. And one thing that you guys need to know is that volume is not the most important thing for Clover anymore, and that's what actually separates it from some of these other short squeezes. Now, if shareholders of Clover continue to hold, shorts will definitely be upset, because I don't want to spoil the surprise, but we'll get into it later. Just know that immense volume in Clover, buy-side volume, it can't hurt, but it's not necessary for Clover. Anyways, we're gonna move over to Webull charts right here, and you can see we're getting another technical analysis look with hourly candlesticks. This is the Fibonacci retracement for Clover before its large run up, and what I think was actually a decent risk that we saw here is that this thing went up all the way to $28.85 per share, right? But then it dipped all the way down to $12 per share. Now that's not really showing too much strength, because it went down all the way below this 78.6% price level on that initial dip, which definitely gives it some pump and dump like qualities. However, this thing does have a lot of major catalysts, which we'll just get into that right now. Here we are on Ortex, guys, and this is where we get into the juicy stuff. So we're going to take a quick look at this chart right here. We're looking at the past 3 months, and we're just going to see what exactly went on. So you can see on this initial run up, it got up to 47% short interest, and then it went down to 43% short interest. Now, it never really saw a massive decrease in short interest because the price of this stock went up and down really quickly. If it held at a higher price level, I think some short interest would have decreased, and like I just said, it went all the way back down to that 78% Fibonacci retracement level. So shorts were not down bad for too long, only a few days when that initial pump happened. So there's definitely still short squeeze potential on the table for this stock, as there's still pretty high short interest. Now, as you guys can see, the short interest went back up and still continued to go back up even in these lower price ranges, and we saw a massive dump off all the way back down to 30% short interest, and now we're currently sitting at 37.36% short interest. Now, that huge dump off on short interest was not a short squeeze. Ortex had some incorrect numbers, and they were overestimating some of their short short interest targets. And we can take a look at what's going on the shares on loan to see if there's any funny business going on, see if any of these shorts are hiding some of their short positions. You can see that the shares on loan are 48.85 million shares, and then we go back to today's live changes and you can see the estimated short interest is about 42 million shares. So there may be a discrepancy of about 6.83 million shares that aren't technically shorted, but they might be on loan. I don't know. These hedge funds have some games, and they have ways of covering up their short positions through shorting deep in the money calls and not actually covering their shorts, but making it look like they covered their shorts. And it's just a bunch of monkey business, hard to really understand, lots of math behind it, and the whole derivatives market is absolutely incredible. But yeah, so with that being said, we're now sitting at a 37.36% short interest. Now that's not even the big part. 37% short interest is pretty high. I cannot lie, that is some pretty high short interest. However, the main thing that is very impressive about this is that the cost to borrow is 273.98% on average, with a max cost to borrow of 324.56%. The utilization is also currently at 100%. What this means, guys, is it's extremely rare to find shares that can be loaned out so shorts can short it. So it's very expensive for shorts to borrow these shares. And as you guys saw, every single share that is available to be shorted is shorted with that 100% utilization. So with Clover shorts, the main thing that you really have to do in order to get this short squeeze to occur is just hold. There's no real need for more buying pressure, although that would be a nice thing if people were to just hold this stock, and obviously easier said than done. But if people in theory were to hold the stock at these price levels, then shorts would eventually get sorted out because they're just paying such an insane fee to borrow this stock. If you want up to $70 in free stock just for signing up and depositing at least $1, use the links in the description or in the pinned comment section to sign up for Public. Public is a stock investing brokerage, and it's also a social media. So I'd like to compare it to something like, actually we're not going to say its name, but it's a very easy to use stock brokerage, and it's also like Twitter and StockTwits combined, which makes it just an awesome platform. Me being a stock YouTuber, an influencer that loves stocks, nothing is better than a stock brokerage that is also a social media. So Public is my personal favorite app to use on my phone, and you get up to $70 in free stock as long as you deposit $1. So check out those links below, and let's get right back into the video. So that right there is why I really do like Clover Health, because not only do they have a pretty high short interest amount, this thing could double with that short interest amount. They also have an insanely high cost to borrow fee, which is honestly insane. Seeing those numbers absolutely blows me away, and if you're holding Clover, I definitely wouldn't panic unless the price starts to fall. But as long as you guys continue to hold above $13 per share, I believe that these shorts will be sorted out, because just paying that borrow fee is way too high. Anyways, guys, there was recently this article that was published last Friday from Investor Place saying the bear case on Clover Health is getting more compelling. And I did a brief read through this article, and some people will say it's FUD, but this guy was just talking about some of the fundamentals of Clover Health, and honestly, it does make sense. Before it was a prime short squeeze target, it was trading at a significantly lower price. It was around $8 to $10 per share, and it's at $13 a share right now. So it does kind of make sense what he's saying, although it doesn't make sense when you're thinking about Clover Health as a meme stock, as fundamentals don't really matter. So he might have been paid off by a hedgie to post that article, who knows. But if you are concerned about Clover Health's fundamentals, it's not a bad article to read. Next, we're going to go over some of the social media sentiment. So this is swaggystocks.com, and it measures the comment volume and the positive and negative sentiment on Wall Street bets. So we're going to be particularly looking at some of the comment volume, and it judges this based off of a 24-hour period. So you can see that SoFi is currently taking over 25% of the comments on Wall Street Bets. But in second place, we have Clover Health taking over 15% of the comments on Wall Street Bets in the past 24 hours. In the 3 spot, you have Wish taking over 8% of the comment volume on Wall Street Bets. So Clover has secured that second place spot, and this thing changes on a day-to-day basis, so I wouldn't think too much of that statistic. But as long as you guys are in that top 5 comment volume for Wall Street Bets, I wouldn't be too concerned. And taking a look at some unusual options activity for Clover, there has been enormous interest in the $15 strike price call that is expiring this week on 7/2/2021, July 2nd, and the open interest is about 11,000. Now this was purchased today on 6/29/2021, and the daily volume was $2.1 million. So someone bought a $15 weekly for Clover, $2 million worth today. So take that as you will. The other whale activity that happened today on 6/29/2021 was a $9 put expiring on 7/30/2021. So this guy's basically betting that Clover is going to crash by the end of July. However, you can see that the daily volume was only 50,000. So that has no comparison than the Omega Chad whale doing $2 million worth of Clover weekly call options. So hopefully this guy is right and he makes some tendies off of that $2 million gamble. I sure hope he is. That's a lot of money to throw on the line. I have no idea who he is, but he's an absolute whale, so that is awesome. And yeah, guys, things are looking pretty bad for Clover. Shorts are in a pretty bad position because of that enormous borrow rate, which is absolutely insane, out of this world. There's literally no shares available for Clover to be shorted. Definitely a liquidity crisis going on with Clover. Anyways, there's someone betting big on call options with Clover, $2 million worth of weekly call options with a strike price of $15 per share. And I think that's pretty impressive. Hopefully Clover sees a nice little squeeze out of that. It's also been a recurring trending stock over Reddit, over the internet. So as long as this meme hype continues, I don't think Clover is going to drop too much. But as soon as the meme hype ends, and it always does come to an end because stocks, assets in general are cyclical, so you can't really expect for this meme rally to continue on forever. But for the time being, while this meme cycle still remains strong, I definitely see Clover as being a great target for a short squeeze. Anyways, guys, that's about it for the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I enjoyed making it as always. Always remember to leave that like on the video, as it's the #1 thing you can do to help me out here on this channel. It's all very much appreciated. We love you here at the HOOTMONEY's channel. Remember, join that Discord using those links in the description and pinned comment section. And also, if you want up to $70 in free stock just for depositing $1 or more, use those links below to also sign up for Public. Public's a great platform. And yeah, guys, with all that being said, that's about it for the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Peace.